Hi there, thank you for being here on Parent Chat Videos. Today's video topic and title is When You Know Differently. So this is kind of an idea that I got just recently, about a couple of weeks ago. I was brainstorming for topics for, videos for this channel. And it reminded me of this quote that Maya Angelou would always say. And it was, when you know better, you'll do better. And I thought about that, and I really admire her and everything that she's done with her life and all the changes that she's made, and also how inspirational she was to millions and millions of people. But I wanted to kind of create a different quote and then share it with you. So the quote is, when you know differently, you have options. So think about that for a second. When you know something differently, then you have options, which basically means when you're in a situation and you don't know anything differently, then you would respond and make the choices based on what you've always done prior, right? But if you know a different way to communicate and a different way to create a solution for whatever situation that you're involved in with your children or your teens, then you then have options, right? So then you have an option to react differently. You have an option of possibly viewing the situation a little differently. You also have an option of kind of thinking like, well, what would be in the best interest of my child or teen? What choice would that be? So then you kind of would think about, the different ways that you can, respond in the same situation, but you have different options, right? Or I should say you have options, right? So just please consider this in mind. When you know differently, you have options. And hopefully you are here on the Parent Chat Videos YouTube channel, learning all different types of techniques and tips that I provide here that will you would be able to have other options that you can use in different situations. So I really hope this has been helpful. Let's see. When you know differently, you have options. So a quick story, and I think that this will help you kind of understand really what I'm talking about here is, when you were a child and you were being raised, and then you became a young adult, or maybe even from the teenage years to young adult, you started kind of saying to yourself, well, when I'm a mother, I'm never going to do that to my child, or I would never, I would treat them better than how I was treated. You may think that, one of your parents did something or said something to you that you really don't, you really didn't appreciate. and then you vow, you make this vow, you proclaim, when I have children, I would never do that, and I would be always understanding, and I would always understand what they're going through, and I would make different choices and everything. Okay, so then you proclaim this out loud, you tell people this and everything, right? And then you have children. You have a child or you have children. And then they start to grow up. And then something remarkable happens. You start to hear your mother's voice come out of your mouth. Why does that happen? That happens because that's what you know. That is what your makeup is inside, your blueprint of who you are, because that's what was taught to you, okay? But when you know differently, you have options. And those options are to create the change so that you can build a better relationship with your child or teen that includes mutual respect and effective communication. Okay? So I hope that was very helpful to you. Thank you so much, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And as always, I want to close with those two wonderful words, and they are happy parenting. Goodbye now.